Let's talk about the sperm donor program. A sperm donor is a man who provides his sperm with the intention that it's used in the fertility treatment of an anonymous woman so that she can get pregnant. The pregnancy produced by the use of donor sperm belongs to the couple or the client, as a sperm donor gives up all legal rights to any child produced from his sperm and will not be the legal father even though he is the biological father of the child. Sperm donation may be done directly to the recipient woman or through a sperm banking facility. The sperm donated can be used for intrauterine insemination, in vitro fertilization, or via intracytoplasmic sperm insemination to achieve a pregnancy. Natural insemination used to be popular in the past. It involved ejaculation during penile vaginal penetration with the erect penis inside the vagina. Some cultures practiced this in the past. In the book of Genesis chapter 38, verses 8 to 10, it reads, "Then Judah said to Onan, 'Sleep with your brother's wife and fulfill your duty to her as a brother-in-law to help raise offspring for your brother.' But Onan knew that the child would not be his. So whenever he slept with his brother's wife, he spilled his semen on the ground to keep from providing offspring from his brother. What he did was wicked in the Lord's sight, so the Lord put him to death." Presently, clients who need a sperm donor program include single women, couples with male factor infertility, and recently lesbian couples have been included on this list. Sperm donors may or may not be paid depending on the agreed arrangements. Depending on the country's laws, men may donate anonymously or agree to provide identifying information to their offspring in the future. Sperm can be provided for use in fertility treatments through, number one, a sperm bank. Sperm banks provide donors with a chance to provide semen under a contract deal, depending on the number of pregnancies the bank hopes to produce with the donor. The sperm is produced by a donor either through masturbation to provide an ejaculate or by the use of a collection condom to collect the semen during sexual intercourse. Semen is collected in small vials, mixed with chemicals, and frozen for 6 months. The sperm donor is retested for infectious diseases after 6 months before the sperm can be used for fertility treatment. Sperm banks typically screen potential donors for sexually transmitted infections that may be transmitted through the sperm. Genetic screening and screening for chromosomal abnormalities are usually not done in most centers in Nigeria. A 6-month quarantine period is recommended in which the sperm sample is stored, after which the donor will be retested for sexually transmitted diseases. This ensures that the donor has not acquired any new infection during this period. Sperm samples are used for fertility treatments if results from the STI tests are negative. Number 2, the private donations. Another way of getting semen for fertility treatment is through the use of friends, family members, or through an agent who links the clinic or recipient with a sperm donor. The donor may or may not be known to the couple, and in many cases, the sperm is used fresh. When choosing a sperm donor, most couples usually have the characteristics they wish for, such as the racial origin or the tribe, the color of the skin, the height, the weight, color of the eyes, and the blood group of the donor. The level of education may matter to some couples. And of course, the genotype of the sperm donor must be AA to avoid transferring the sickle cell trait to the offspring. The sperm bank or clinic must choose donors with consistently high sperm counts. An important factor in choosing a donor is deciding if the donor should be known to the client or remain anonymous. Some donors want to be known by the mother and the child, while others want to be known by the mother only. Known donors offer a level of transparency about family history and other important information. On the other hand, if you are sure you don't want the donor to connect with your child later on in life, an anonymous or unknown donor might be the best for the family. Certain controversies surround sperm donation. In the early days of sperm donation, a marriage was dissolved in a US court on grounds of adultery because a woman used donor semen despite the consent of the spouse. The child conceived was said to be born out of wedlock and belonged to the mother and not the father. However, the following year, another US court became the first state to pass a statute legitimizing children conceived by donor insemination, on the condition that both the husband and the wife consented in advance in writing to the procedure, and the husband legally considered the natural father of the donor inseminated child. In a recent Guardian article published on the 28th of April 2023, a top judge ordered a man suspected of fathering more than 550 children through sperm donation to stop donating. The man, identified in the Dutch media only as Jonathan M., 41 years, was taken to court by a foundation protecting the rights of donor children and by the mother of one of the children allegedly fathered from his sperm. A Dutch clinical guideline says a donor should not father more than 25 children in 12 families, but judges said the man had helped produce between 550 and 600 children since he started donating sperm in the year 2007. The court therefore prohibited him from donating his semen to new prospective parents after issuing of the judgment. Also, the use of sperm donation among single women, lesbian or transgender people has become an ethical issue. This has produced questions about the ideals of conventional parenting between a male father and a female mother. Some donor children may grow up finding out that they have dozens of siblings produced from the same sperm donor. In Nigeria, there are no laws restricting the number of offspring from a single donor. Lastly, there's the response from the religious bodies. The Catholic Church officially opposes both the donation of sperm and the use of donor sperm on the basis that it compromises the sexual unity of the marital relationship and the idea that the procreation of a human being is brought about as a fruit of the conjugal act specific to the law between spouses.